Hey, welcome to What's the Juice, cuz, where we explore your outer space by starting with your inner space. Orbit around that, and that's your juice, cuz. Juice. Yo, juice. I'm so excited right now. I'm sitting down today. I Axe with the sax. Welcome to What's the Juice, cuz, my friend. Glad you made it in.
What's going on, bro? How are you?
I'm alright, man. You told me you had a show last night, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. you still hurting from
Feeling
it?
a little bit. Get home at like 3:30. You know.
How'd the show go?
It was good. It's not my typical thing. It's a new venture I'm doing with just saxophone.
Okay.
So it's like me and my friend Frankie. He's a great DJ.
Okay.
He's got this setup. It's so crazy. Like the first day I met him, because he was doing this EDM show, and then this bar that I perform at hit me up, and they're like, "Yo, he's looking for a saxophone player." I was like, I never just backgrounded EDM before, but
Yeah. For the people who don't know exactly what that is, EDM music. What?
electronic dance music. It's
I got you.
That I can't even think of. I'm not a big fan.
You got to hear it.
It's easy to vibe to. I know a lot of people, take a little pill or something and then they love it.
Yeah.
No, but anyway, it was my first time doing it, and it was lit. It's fun, and it's easy to play along to. That shit is so it's perfect for like just soloing on.
Gotcha.
Like it made it so smooth. But like I remember when he showed up, bro. Like you do a show, the DJ's there. He comes in with his speakers, his turntables, his controller.
Yeah.
It's like 4 pieces. He comes in. He's got like 12 different pieces of equipment. He's got all these lights. He makes it a glow party. Like,
I got you.
He goes in, bro.
So these parties have a lot of ambiance to it.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
He's like, here, I want you here tonight. And he put these glow lights around me.
Okay.
So I was like, center stage. I was like, oh, this is wow, thank you. It was lit. He's a great guy. Shout out Frank. But so this is so we did that one, and then they liked it. So now we do it once a month, every month.
That's great, man.
Yeah. So it's nice because you know how it is when you're setting up a show and you're reaching out to artists and people aren't getting back to you right away. Some people aren't promoting. Some people aren't getting their dues in or whatever.
Yeah.
And it always comes together, but while you're doing it, it can be such a headache,
Yeah.
It just causes anxiety.
Yeah.
You know it's going to come together, but it still stresses you out. This is just like show up and play.
Gotcha.
So it is a nice reprieve from that. Notice I just hit a growth spurt. That's what happens when you hang out with Juice.
Probably one of like the Strain Boys. I've seen your other ones as well. But I remember the first time I seen you, it was a lot of rappers. It was like real hip hop heavy, stuff like that. So you just stood out with the saxophone, and then you just going in and then you're rapping, and it's just like your music's fun, the whole aura of it. Like it was just cool to see. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you, man. I really appreciate it.
Now straight up, because as artists, we always appreciate originality as much as we can.
Yeah.
And standing on what you're doing and not conforming. With the sax, like, did you always play it? Is that the only instrument you play? Like, I'm trying to figure that out. Like, did you just like, I have a cousin that play like 11 instruments. You one of those guys, or you just?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I play a lot of stuff.
Oh, okay.
I've been into music since I was little. My dad was in a band from like the time I was born.
Dope. Okay.
And then like he switched genres and started another band. And like
blood.
So my whole life, yeah.
What kind of band did he do at first, Pops?
He was a drummer in a rock band.
Let's go. Okay.
And then they had me and my brother, and he was like, "All right, I gotta be a dad now. No more of that."
Got you.
And then they all missed it so much. They're like, "Let's try bluegrass."
Okay.
So
yeah.
like, they completely switched it up.
Okay.
And now like he's, oh my gosh, he's been doing this for like 30 plus years.
Man.
And my dad's in his 60s, but he's going to headline at this bluegrass festival in like April.
That's so cool, man.
Yeah, and he's like 60.
That's
like,
so cool.
Wow.
That's so cool.
Get
For real.
the VIP treatment in the woods, bro.
When my father was in law enforcement, he went to conventions where they had these conventions.
Okay, yeah.
So at the conventions, they feed these guys royalty, law enforcement.
Yeah.
So they went. It was music playing, live music, and it was this bluegrass music, and the guy kept singing about something called the Babalu. And it was funny because I'm from, Maryland. I'm hearing somebody speak like this, and I don't know what he's saying. It's really thick to me, So I hear like ba 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 low and ba 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 low, but everybody was rocking. I started rocking. I didn't even know what he was talking to me, lady, because it was like you could see the blues in it, you could see the folk music in it, you could see the elements in it, because they weren't just standing there either, and it wasn't quite like river dancing tradition. It was like they were rocking, like they were musicians.
It's a feeling,
Gotcha.
But I mean, all music relate, just like we were talking about EDM, if it hits you, it hits you.
Yeah.
I just look at it, because when I was younger, I'd have, you're not thinking so objectively. So you're like, this is my shit.
Yeah.
That stuff sucks because I don't like it. How could anybody like that? But it's I think it's also when you get into making music, you get you have a higher appreciation for it.
Yes.
And it makes you, it kind of rounds out your whole view of music, and you realize the work that goes into it, I mean,
absolutely.
Now when you listen to a song, you're like, oh my, I don't like that, but I appreciate the effort that went into making it. It's that's,
absolutely.
There's a lot of stuff like that it's once you actually delve into it, you're not on the outside looking in.
Right.
It's easier to understand how people come to it in different angles and different ways, and you can appreciate it that much.
That's so true. There's this thing, a memoir from a lady. She was a hospice nurse, and she did it for 40, 50 years. And you can check it out, but she came up with memoirs, and she had stuff in there. And she spoke about how it didn't matter who you were, where you were from, money, anything. People kind of spoke about the same things in your last days. And a lot of it was do that thing that you wanted to do. See that person, venture out, create, because we take for granted stuff, when in this density, what makes it, different than the afterlife, or I guess before life, or whatever you call that, is we can have hope in this density. And that hope allows you to be able to change your circumstances. Think about it. If you didn't have hope in this density, anybody, how are you going to change anything? Why would you get up and do anything? You know what I'm saying? So the juice in it, is, your pop doing what he's doing, you seeing that, and then now he's 60, still headlining, validating everything he's been doing.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? To him and to people that love him, he's making a wave that's great. You're carrying it on, doing it your way. That's that juice. There's a lot of people who are on the cusp, they're on the threshold, you know what I'm saying, of trying to, maybe I should make that logo, maybe I should, go for that job, or maybe I should learn this new thing.
Right.
And they're stuck in a little bit of a rut. You feel what I'm saying? And so we neglect the juice, Kyle. What other instruments do you play?
I play piano, guitar, ukulele.
What's a ukulele, bro? Is that a horn?
It's a little Hawaiian.
Okay. All right, got you.
String.
I think I seen a picture of that or something.
I played at the Valentine's show last year with the String Boys.
Okay.
That joke is so funny. I did a cover of "I Want to Love You" by Akon on that joke. Let's go. Actual brass? No, man. Buzzing your lips is bro, it's crazy. If you have to condition yourself to be able to do that, because when you learn to buzz your lips in an instrument, they itch immediately. You have to practice just to be able to play.
Right.
That's wild. But I grew up in band and stuff, so we would try each other's instruments and It's because I've been playing since I was 9 years old.
Yeah. So, what's your music on the rap and the hip hop side? Because you bring the saxophone and that together. I've seen a lot. Where's your inspiration with your rap? What do you listen to? Do you just rhyme schemes? I know you listen to music. You pay attention to the strategy and how people do things. So where is that coming from? Just being around the music? I mean, do you with the rap, you know what I mean? Because like, got bars too, guys. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you listen to what he's saying,
I appreciate that.
no, for real, you're saying it fun. Like that bullshit song I was just humming. Like, you know,
Obviously, I'm very, attracted to pop.
Okay.
Whether it be hip hop really isn't a thing like it used to be when we were growing up.
Yeah.
It's really like pop music with a hip hop lean.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, if you really break it down, like most of it is, and that's like really what I do. Like, I go for the melody, and then I go for the message.
Yeah.
But if the message isn't as good as the melody, or vice versa, that song's getting scrapped.
Okay.
Like it's just part of. I first started trying to, like, in college, I tried to write music on guitar, and I was like, I suck at guitar. I started getting okay at it. I'm decent. I'm not like.
Mm-hmm.
I'm nowhere near, like, saxophone's my number one.
Okay.
But that's the reason I bought a ukulele then, because I was like, well, maybe if I get good at ukulele, it'll transfer to guitar. And then I just fell in love with the ukulele too, and I was like, I'll get to guitar at some point.
Are you self-taught or formally taught an instrument? So is it just
formally taught on saxophone, self-taught on everything else.
It's not easy learning to play an instrument for one. I don't have much experience with sax, but I did, like, in middle school somewhere, take some lessons and stuff. You gotta learn how to use the reed and that stuff isn't as easy as you make it look, you know what I mean? But to learn something with without, being taught from scratch like that is dope. And that's key, because a lot of times, man, when you get out here and want to step into the next thing you want to do, you think you need more than you do. I saw Wallow he talked about it from $1 Million Worth of Gaming, said, man, he was duct taping his phone to the wall, you know what I mean, to get his thing popping.
Yeah.
Another one, Earn Your Leisure, they said they had the phone in the closet or something, so it's important to know these little tidbits, you know what I'm saying, even though they're like small victories to that said person, it's still something you need to do to get to the goal, you know what I mean? So
yeah. Oh, to get back to your point about, like, being positive for others, like, to, like, send that hope message, so, like, people keep striving.
Yeah.
That's great, but when that's not helping you individually, I tell you what, the best thing you could do is do something challenging. Everything else for the rest of the day is going to be easy. Because I have days where I'm like, I'm ready to record, but I'm not here.
Right.
So I'm sitting there, I'm wasting time. I'm like, what the hell am I doing? If you have the time anyway, get up, go to the gym, do something, do some kind of strenuous activity, exercise, something. Mm-hmm. Go do a chore, go clean your room, go get something done, accomplish something.
Yeah.
Then go sit down. I guarantee you're gonna record something great. It goes for everything, not just music. Like, challenge yourself first thing, and then go attack the day, because you already did the hardest thing you're gonna do all day.
I saw a guy online talking about that. He hates running, so he runs a mile first thing in the morning. He hates it. He was like, he loves running. He's like, no, I hate it. But to your point, you got that done already.
You just do it. You just force yourself to go, because, like, that voice, everybody has that voice in their head that's like, yeah, but we could just sit around on our ass all day.
Yeah, do it later,
It's hard to beat, but if you don't try, you'll never beat it. But the more you beat it, it never goes away, but it gets real quiet.
And what you're talking about too, man, is like we got the ability to tune ourselves. Mm-hmm. And scientifically speaking, I'm no expert, but to the little stuff I've been watching, we're antennas, man, we're filters. So, like, we can tune ourselves. Like, so the stuff we're in around affects us. So if what you're telling yourself, don't got the juice, you're gonna be dark. So what do you have in the pipeline? Like, do you have any EPs? I know you got, playing music. What's the trend for you? Where are you headed with all this?
So I'm ready finally to release my first album. I'm doing one song at a time, and then I'll do a whole album release when all the singles are out. My biggest problem was that I'm hard-headed with, like, cause I just like with instruments, like, I'm self-taught on everything except saxophone. Okay. I'm self-taught with my engineering too.
Oh, gotcha.
So when I'm recording, like, I did all that myself. Like, I figured it all out by myself.
Let's go.
And 8 years later,
let's go.
I finally mastered, like, radio edit ready, my first song. literally 2 days. It's the first time I actually got it like that quality, and I'm like, holy shit. And I know like if I just would have like taken some courses online or something,
right.
I would have got it done earlier.
Yeah.
But like that's, I set my own roadblocks up so I can knock them down, I suppose. I swear, man.
That type of stuff holds people back. You know what I mean?
Oh, I've been in my own
understandably so,
Oh yeah, and everybody gets in their own way. It just
let's go.
When you can admit it makes it easier to accept, because because when you lie to other people about it, you're lying to yourself too.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you try to make it seem like it's not as big of a problem as you know it is.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's what leads to the hopelessness.
Yes.
Shit like that. Like you gotta be honest with yourself.
Yes.
And part of being honest with yourself is, if somebody asks you that question point blank, you can't be like, oh no, man, I got that in the bag. You don't, dog. You know you don't. You fucking lie, man.
I'm spitting you.
That joke just pops up.
You got the album. So how many songs is on the album?
10 right now, but it's about to be 11 with this one.
Let's go. And then you got what's the name? You got the name of it and everything?
It's going to be called LBOE, Elbow, for a little bit of everything. Yeah.
Can't wait to hear it. So you're gonna drop every one. That's good. I heard that's how you're supposed to do it anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And nowadays it has a bigger impact than just doing the album drop. But some of these songs have been done for a minute. But what I'm doing now is, other than like figuring out the engineering like to a better degree, the content part. So I've got hours of content for like half the songs so far.
Okay.
So that's what I'm doing, is just building up the content, so that when I'm in this drop period, like a song a month, I'll have content for the whole month for that song's release. And then the next one drops, and then rinse and repeat. It has to be now. Like you can't just like go to the show and then somebody finds you. Like the chances of that happening are very slim.
Shoot, they want somebody that pretty much got it as high as they can get it, can afford it, and then they want to buy you. You know what I mean? Like they want you to already have fans. In other words, already have your own. You're pretty much. You better
already be selling out venues
already.
And they're like, all right, we'll sign you now.
For what?
I already did it.
So, you're right though. With the content, I saw you had, it was pretty funny, man. You had the basketball, you was dunking with no feet. And then it was a fat version of you, you know what I mean? Or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's all AI stuff too. Like,
okay.
That the picture that they put me in the basketball joint for, it was a picture from my waist up.
That's crazy.
They made the rest of my body. Like,
they had you like leaning and all that.
Yeah, bro.
Feet moving and shit.
Yeah, everything was. That was wild. When I saw that, I was like, I gotta post this. It has nothing to do with anything I'm doing. People got to see this.
Yeah, look, Jenny, brother. Is there anything else you're working on? You throwing shows? Are you in the? Because you mentioned the drop era. That's important, because two things you mentioned I thought was really dope. In business, you gotta juggle. If use the restaurant model. You gotta get licensed. You gotta advertise. You gotta market. They're separate. You gotta hire the chef, you gotta make the recipes, you gotta buy the food, you gotta sell it. And what's unique about it with business is that if you don't do one aspect of it, the whole thing kind of just doesn't work. It's an endless juggle until you get to your goal. And it's the same thing with anything else you want to do. You're talking about making the music. You're not even talking about like with your feet up with bags of bread. You're just talking about just to get yourself out there.
Right.
You had to sit in the lab, figure it out, accept how you wanted to do it, make your music. So that's really dope. That you got through that, because as I'm listening, I'm like, man, we ever listen to somebody's story and they're telling it, you like in your back of your mind, like, why didn't you quit? Like, because it's so hard.
Yeah.
It's like, but that's good though. And only in America you can level up like that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, we're blessed in the way that like, because of like the ideals of what this country was founded on and supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
Americans are uniquely optimistic about raising up, like rising up to a different level, to a different status.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes.
That's another problem. Get off TikTok unless you're using it for good.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it will suck hours out of your life.
Yeah.
It really will.
That blue light gets you.
We're gonna have like one thick thumb just from scrolling all the time, bro. Yeah, I saw this video and it was like they were interviewing Europeans on like what was unique about Americans to them, and they said exactly what I just said. And they were like, I just can't believe it. Like, we have no aspirations to get out. Like, this is what I was born into, and this is what I'll always be. And then I talk to an American, and like, I'm being a millionaire, dog.
All of them.
Yeah, seriously.
Throwing any shows like I know you were in some like because the reason I'm asking is like that's a hustle in itself, and I've seen that machine, and I wonder like how does that work? Been to so many shows, you know what I mean? Because same thing, you gotta promote it, you gotta pay for the venue, whatever.
Oh yeah.
Contracted, whatever door, you know, like how is that working out? Have you thrown any or what?
Yeah. Actually. My next show is coming up day after Valentine's Day. So February 15th at Rivet in Pottstown.
Let's go.
They're like 6-7 artists. They're pretty, it's like a modest lineup. But we have the plays usually for like 3 hours too. Instead of like, most places do 4.
Yeah.
But that's perfect for that place. It's a very intimate venue. You're really tight to the people.
Mm-hmm.
And oh God, they show love. I love all of them. Shout out Harry.
Let's go.
Oh my gosh, yeah, they're great. Shout out Misi, she does all my bookings and everything. She's great.
Great, man.
But yeah, Rivet is my favorite venue in town.
Are they a lounge, restaurant?
They're really just a entertainment venue.
Oh, okay.
So they have a bar, but it's all locally sourced liquors and beers.
Cool.
And they're only open when there's an event. So otherwise, those doors are closed.
I like to interview them, man, because I'm like that. That's crazy. Like, you think about it, it's smart. Like, being able to pop up, throw something, get the brand real quick, get out. Like, that's gotta be, if you do it right, gotta be a cool feeling. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, dude. And it's easy when you work with easy people.
Gotcha.
Because, I mean, anyone will tell you that host shows. Ask Smooth about it or ask Cole about it.
Mm-hmm.
Some people are just a nightmare to work with, and it's like, you still have a show to do and you're happy to do it, but there's also in the back of your mind like, I can't wait for the night to be over.
Then a bunch of shows with Smooth.
No.
And shout out to him too. I learned to admire him because you would see all the juggling he doing. Once you're around him enough.
He's helped me out a lot with like setting up my shows better. I've gone to him for advice for different things. I mean, him, all those guys, they are great guys, dude. I love working with them. And really, they have such a good blueprint laid out, and the way they move, it just keeps going. You know, we were talking about this before the podcast. Consistency, just their consistency and their drive is like very unmatched in our. Just to be real,
1,000%.
Actually, because of him, I'm building a team myself because. You need it. You need moving parts because, like, you could do it yourself, but damn, does it take long?
To an extent, I think doing it yourself will help draw the energy that you need for your partners, and that's the benefit in doing it yourself. Because if you didn't, nobody would, but it's to an extent though.
Yeah, exactly. The difference is whether like you're paying them as a service or paying them because they're your friend and want to do it as much as you do.
Yeah, got the album, throwing shows. Where can they find you, on your socials as far as online?
They can go to my website, axelibertmusic.com. But really, I'm mainly active on like IG.
Okay.
I post a lot of the content on TikTok.
Okay.
And Facebook is like, just because Facebook and IG are linked, so everything I post on one is posted on the other.
Yeah.
So really any of the main. I don't really use X.
I don't use Twitter, man. I can't.
I feel weird even calling it X. It's Twitter. Like, let's be real.
What I gave it a chance on the X app, around and clicked on some link and my eyes burned. I'm like, why is this so social? No. But he really lets whatever fly.
Oh, it's the Wild West of the internet, bro.
I'm good. I keep it coming out. out sitting down with me on What's the Juice, cause learned a lot, you know, feel inspired, you know, and each one teach one, iron sharpens iron. So I wish you many blessings, man. You know, peace, power, juice.
Thanks, bro. Appreciate you.
No doubt.